The Era of Federal Social Services, Chapter 7 highlights. Franklin Roosevelt desired things to change in welfare, but his desires were thwarted due to controversy over reform. It wasn't until 3 presidents after Roosevelt that things really started to change and more focus was put on welfare topics. John Kennedy died during his 3rd year in term. It is speculated that he would have won the next presidency had he lived. Although he was well liked, he was less concerned with poverty than other presidents had been. Kennedy was not convinced that there was widespread poverty, and he saw the more prosperous people of the economy and judged the nation by them. However, the people began to warm to the idea that change needed to happen, and so he started to pay attention. However, his motives for leaning into what the people were saying is questionable. Not all high leaders are sympathetic to the less fortunate. During his term, he did put into place some policies that would better serve the poor, but did not focus on a welfare program. The world started taking notice of the civil rights movement, which brought Kennedy's attention to the need for reform. The change was imminent if this great country's Constitution was to be upheld, and in 1963, Kennedy put forth the Civil Rights Bill. He started implementing more policies which were cut short when he was assassinated. Lyndon Johnson's term, the Great Society, began from 1963 to 1968. The Great Society focused on systemic issues that did not address the needs of the poor or provide assistance to them. However, Johnson had a heart for the less fortunate. He declared war on poverty. However, he did not use an appropriate amount of money on this endeavor, and so it was less successful than it should have been. Johnson made many mistakes, but even so, many programs he put into place remain even now, such as Medicare and Medicaid. Although many programs fell through, he had monumental success in having legislation passed. Johnson's productivity can be judged by observing the 97 measures he was able to have passed by 1966. Emmett Till's story is just one sad example of many African American experiences. He acted like a teenage boy and flirted with a white girl simply by saying, "Bye, baby," and it cost him his life. He was so badly abused that his mother chose to have an open casket to show what had been done to her son. As heinous as this act was, there was no justice for Emmett Till, and those who slain him went free. The civil rights movement sought for equality of African Americans, a fight that still continues to this day. Native Americans also suffered greatly from the moment the settlers landed in America. They were forced from their land and put into reservations as if they were wildlife. These injustices can never be righted, but it is up to us to promote equality for all. This chapter speaks on the creation and implementation of policies. It tells how the welfare system was created and different acts and programs were put into place. Likewise, our class speaks of these issues, and they go hand in hand in creating a bigger picture of how welfare came to be.